The roar of the engine had always been Jack's escape. For years, that Harley-Davidson Softail had carried him through the twists and turns of life, wind whipping his face, the world blurring into freedom. But now as he stood in the dimly lit garage, staring at the gleaming black beast, his heart shattered like glass under a boot. His little girl, Emma, lay in the hospital bed across town, her tiny body fighting a rare illness that no insurance could fully cover. The doctors said the medicine would cost $15,000, a number that haunted him like a ghost. Asterisk before we go deeper: if you believe kindness still matters. If you believe treating every human being with dignity, please like this video, share it, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to Silent Struggles. And also tell us in the comments where you're watching from. We love hearing from you. Asterisk Jack was a single dad, scraping by as a mechanic, with no family to lean on since his wife Laura passed away 3 years ago. The bike was his last valuable possession, a relic from happier days. "I'm sorry, old friend," he whispered, running his hand over the chrome. With tears blurring his vision, he posted it online. "Harley for sale. Need cash fast for daughter's medical bills?" Asterisk the ad went up at dawn, and by noon, a buyer showed up, a burly man in a leather vest, tattoos snaking up his arms. He inspected the bike with a nod, handed over the cash without haggling, and rode off into the distance. Jack clutched the envelope, feeling the weight of sacrifice. 15 grand. It was enough to save Emma, but it felt like he'd sold a piece of his soul. He rushed to the hospital, paid the bill, and sat by her side, holding her small hand. "Daddy's got you, sweetheart," he murmured as she slept, her face pale but peaceful under the oxygen mask. Dinesh smiled sympathetically, but Jack felt hollow. How would he explain to Emma that her dad's magic chariot, as she called it, was gone? She loved hearing stories of his rides, imagining herself on the back one day when she was strong enough. Asterisk as evening fell. Jack drove home in his beat-up truck, the silence deafening without the Harley's rumble. He pulled into the driveway of their modest suburban house, the one he'd fought to keep after losing his wife Laura to cancer. The neighborhood was quiet, kids playing in yards, families grilling dinner. Jack envied their normalcy. He slumped on the porch steps, head in hands, when the first distant thunder rolled in, not from the sky, but from engines. A low growl that grew into a symphony of revving motors. He looked up, and his jaw dropped. Motorcycles. Dozens of them the street like a black wave. Hell's Angels, their patches bold and intimidating, leather gleaming under the streetlights. 96 of them, by his quick count, parking in formation, engines cutting off in unison. Asterisk Jack's heart raced. What the hell? Had the buyer sent them? Was this some kind of retaliation? He stood, fists clenched, ready to protect his home. The lead rider, a grizzled man with a beard like steel wool and eyes that had seen too much road, swung off his bike and approached. "You Jack Thompson?" he growled, voice like gravel. Jack nodded, swallowing hard. "Yeah, what do you want?" The man pulled off his helmet, revealing a surprisingly kind smile beneath the toughness. "Name's Razor. We heard about your girl?" And the bike. Jack blinked, confusion mixing with fear. "Heard how?" Razor chuckled. "Word travels fast in our circles. Your buyer? He's one of us. Saw your ad. Knew the story. We don't let brothers follow Nivan if you're not patched." Asterisk the Angels dismounted, forming a semicircle around Jack's porch. Some were young, others weathered by life, but all carried an air of unbreakable solidarity. Razor explained, the club had a soft spot for kids, especially after losing one of their own daughters to illness years back. They'd pooled money from chapters across the state, rides, fundraisers, even dipping into their emergency fund. "We bought your Harley back," Razor said, nodding to a trailer at the end of the line. There it was, his bike, untouched. Jack's knees buckled. But ... I needed the money for Emma. Razor handed him a thick envelope. "Keep the cash and the bike. We added extra enough for treatments, and then some. Consider it from the Road Warriors. To a dad who's riding solo." Asterisk tears streamed down Jack's face as the Angels shared stories of men, opening up about their own losses, their hidden hearts of gold. One, a giant named Bear, pulled out a photo of his granddaughter. "Kids like yours keep us human," he rumbled. Emma's plight had spread like wildfire on biker forums, touching even the hardest souls. Jack invited them in, and soon the house echoed with laughter. The smell of takeout pizza mingling with leather. Neighbors peeked out windows, whispering about the invasion. But the Angels were gentle giants, leaving toys and cards for Emma. As night deepened, the unexpected gathering turned into something profound. Jack shared photos of Emma, her bright eyes, her love for drawing motorcycles with crayons. The Angels listened, nodding solemnly. "She's a fighter, like us," Razor said. Then came the twist Jack never saw coming. One Angel, a quiet woman named Viper with scars from a bad crash, revealed she was a nurse. "I work in pediatrics. Let me pull some strings, get Emma into a trial program. Free meds, Top docs? Jack's world spun? How could these outlaws, often painted as villains, be his saviors? It shattered his preconceptions, reminding him that kindness hides in the unlikeliest places. Asterisks, but the real climax hit when Razor's phone buzzed. It was the hospital. Emma had woken up, asking for her dad. Jack panicked. He couldn't leave the angels unattended. Sensing his worry, Razor grinned. "We'll ride with you, escort style." And so they did. 96 bikes thundered to the hospital, lights flashing like a presidential convoy. Security guards gawked as the group filed in, helmets under arms, filling the waiting room with a sea of black vests. Emma's eyes widened from her bed as Jack entered, followed by a few angels cleared by the nurses. "Daddy, are these your friends?" she whispered, awe in her voice. Razor knelt, gentle as a lamb. "We're your guardians now, kiddo. Hell's angels watching over heaven's little one." Asterisk, Emma giggled weakly, touching Razor's patch. Like angels on bikes, the room erupted in soft laughter, tears flowing freely. Jack watched, overwhelmed, as the bikers promised to visit, to teach her to ride when she was better. It was a moment of pure humanitarian exteriors, melting into compassion. The doctors, initially wary, were moved. One even donated to the cause. Asterisk, in the days that followed, Emma's health improved with the new treatments. The story went viral. News crews captured the angels' rides to the hospital, turning stereotypes on their head. Jack got his bike back, but more importantly, a new family. He joined casual rides, not as a member, but as a friend. Emma drew pictures of her angels, pinning them on the fridge. Asterisk, looking back, Jack realized the true miracle wasn't the money or the medicine. It was the reminder that selflessness bridges worlds. In a society quick to judge, acts of kindness from unexpected heroes restore faith in humanity. The Hells Angels didn't just save a life. They reignited hope in a broken dad and his daughter. And every time Jack revved his Harley, he heard not just the engine, but the roar of compassion echoing through the streets.